Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we cast the Florencio files. We've got the man up here in the top right side of the map, and he's playing random this game, spawning as Zerg. And I am ready. I am strapping myself in with anticipation for some of the strangest plays ever. Because when Florencio plays Zerg, let's just say things are not normal. And I guess that's just Florencio in general, isn't it? As he stops on 14 supply, does decide to build an Overlord after contemplating for a little bit. I like that pause. You guys can tell I'm like, it's not that it's obviously everything Florencio always does is objectively wrong according to the standard logic of the game, but there's something to it. And the thing is, I think his random's probably like Diamond 2, Diamond 3 right now, something like that. I haven't really been following on his live stream because I don't like to spoil myself on his strategies while he's still developing them, but we'll see how it goes anyway. It looks like he's playing the Joker down here, played by Joaquin Phoenix, guys. And we're going to go for a third hatch. Wait. Did this hatchery go down on 14 into a 13 pool and 12 gas? Oh my gosh, he has no economy. Guys, he's on 13 supply. What are we doing? He's going to go for a third. You don't have any money for a third hatchery. You're on 13 drones. Guys, at a minute 20, you're meant to be at 18 workers. With your natural expansion halfway finished. Did he know this guy was going to block? He goes, and he's like, in Florencio's mind, he's got one over his opponent, guys. Because, like, he gets his natural on location. The problem is it's a minute late. So oh my god, the build orders are truly glorious. All right, so we're starting off in true Florencio fashion. My head already hurts a little bit. Luckily for us, his opponent also is not building an orbital command center. So looks like they're a bit of a specimen as well. Command center goes down on the gold base. Reaper's on the way. Bunker's coming up. We're going to have a little bunker rush. Now, unfortunately for him, the opponent went hatchery into 12 spawning pool. So this is a 12 pool after going for a hatchery and a gas. Yes, it's a little bit special. Now, pulling through drones down as well. Going to make sure he shuts this down. But this is a lot of mining time. Flo is losing. And of course, remember, guys, there is nothing more antithetical to Florencio than having a saturated worker line. Having a saturated worker line for Florencio, that's just a no-go. That's not allowed. That's just a naughty, you know. Him and actually effectively mining his first base within the first 12 minutes of the game, not something that he likes to do. He's going to go for link speed as the first Reaper arrives. And this name, I'm not really sure. I'm just going to call him Aha. I'm going to call them Aha. But I definitely read the name, and I do think of like the Joker on the bus. You know, the scene where he's on the bus and he can't stop laughing. That movie was so messed up, by the way. I love that, like, comic book movies are like, we're either going to make the worst thing ever. Oh, Reaper Surround. Or we're going to make something like deeply, darkly depressing. That leaves you just kind of like shivering afterwards. You're like, oh, that was an uncomfortable experience. Ahaha is going to transfer workers. Now, this is a gold base, so it actually makes sense to do it on this map. And it's a 3cc. So this is a normie opening in the follow-up after a bit of a crazy start. Ahaha is going to go for a second, okay, as I say it, reactor builds on the factory rather than swapping over. That's definitely a little bit different, but we'll see how it goes. Flo's chilling. He's making Overlord speed right now. For some reason, he has a spine crawler in his natural. I guess why not? Man is hanging out and having a good time. Now, Overlord speed can be used for scouting. It can also be used for drops, but only once you make a lair. So this can't be used for any sort of like Queen Ling Flood unless he starts a lair up in the near future. Now, where the hell does this game go from here? I'm gonna just talk for a bit because I really think you guys need to strap in for the long haul. If we think about how Florencio plays this matchup from the Teran side, it's all about setting up traps, right? He builds planetaries, he tries to hide them in corners, he will then just send waves of harassment at the Zerg and try to bait them into making dumb decisions. So he'll run in 20 Blue Flame Hellions and kill a ton of drones, and then he'll swap to battle cruisers and start teleporting those in, and then he'll swap to Widow Mines, right? And Cyclones. So the battle cruisers will fly into a base, he'll run away as the Corruptors come and lure them into the Widow Mine trap. Like, it's all about these series of traps. Then he'll start nuking multiple bases. Then he'll follow up with, like, a bunch of Thors. Then he'll do his famous 17-minute unupgraded Marine transition. The question is, how does Florencio play from the other side of the matchup? Because right now, he's not in his opponent's face with Burrowed Roaches. He's not cheesing him. He's not really macroing very well at all, but I guess he can maybe keep pace if the other guy doesn't drop that many mules. And stuff. I don't know. The other guy's production tab's looking a lot better than Flo's right now. Flo does get a scout off. So remember, Florencio's whole goal is always to react to his opponent. He knows now, seeing multiple barracks, that it's bio. Florencio thought for a good 20 seconds there. His production tab was empty, and he's decided, I'm going to go lair, Baneling Nest, second gas, third and fourth hatchery. So Florencio is going to play Baneling Bane. Now, his mineral count is still massively undersaturated on his Banelings natural. He's only on 29 workers. He has not been producing drones very consistently at all. But given enough time, I am very curious to see, because Ling Bane against Bio is one of the most multitasking, micro-intensive compositions on both sides of the matchup. So I don't know how the hell Florencio is going to defend drops, because he's like, maybe he can go Mutalisk or something like that. On the other hand, if Ahaha's playing at this level, I don't know how he's going to avoid getting A-moved by Banelings, because a lot of Teran players, until you get to a very high level, just keep their army in a big F2 ball and move it around. So what I love about watching Ling Bane... Oh no, he's going for a Roach Horn now. But why? I guess he saw a reactor factory, so he might be thinking there's a lot of Hellions coming in. And he's seen one Hellion. This is very Florencio, right? He's like, you're building Hellions. So he's thinking he might need some Roaches here with the Hellions, and the rest can be Ling Bane. Florencio is still sitting on 33 drones, guys. For the last 2 minutes of this game, he's built like 4 drones. This is wild. He's now going to, after thinking about it, start Burrow. My God. And build Zerglings. Oh, no. Oh, man. Anyway, long story short, guys. If we get to see Ling Bane versus Bio, this is a dream. This is a dream come true for me, because Ling Bane versus Bio is so mechanical, and it's so much just whoever's faster, whoever's able to dictate the pace, whoever's able to watch the action and micro correctly. But there's no way mid and low level players can control this matchup. And I know that, guys, because I am a Grandmaster Teran player, sometimes even relatively high in GM on the NA ladder. And I am a master of getting ahead in this matchup as Teran and then walking 60 Marines into Banelings over and over and over again. I am terrible at keeping up with the pace of this matchup. I can only imagine what we're going to see in this game. I mean, I know there's not a lot of action yet, but I think this may be what we need for this to be a fantastic match. I mean, if this replay finds its way into my casting folder, usually it means there's something interesting that's happened. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's such a friggin' disaster. That's what's interesting about it, but that remains to be seen, guys. We've got a Reaper Hellion Marine drop going down the right side of this map right now. Florencio's getting a massive Banelings ready outside this. Is this for Burrow? He's burrowing. Okay, so he's setting up Baneling traps. Unfortunately, he's not ready for these guys. Florencio is still only at 43 drones. His economy is just so bad on the minerals, man. He has like no room for error. Oh, Widow Mines are coming out. Guys, they're both trying to set up traps right now. They're both trying to set up traps. But look at that. 2 Zerglings. That's actually great. You can set those off and then clean up the Widow Mines. And Ahaha is going to try to run away. And it looks like one of those will actually escape. Very nicely done. Florencio massing Zerglings right now. He does have 3 Banelings there. Now, the thing is, guys, why don't people use Burrowed Banelings more? Because you have to look at it to set it off. And Florencio is not looking. Only 3 Marines walked over it, so it wouldn't have been worth doing anyway. Hellion on the top goes down. In the bottom side, the Lings could have actually fought there. They were both on move command for a second. And Ahaha, that Hellbat is so scary, man. Ling's going to go for the fight there. But remember, no upgrades against 1-1. The Baneling gets a massive hit, but even with that Baneling connection, it's not going to be enough. Oh! And good pickup at the last second. Nice micro. More Marines and Medevacs coming down this south side. Widow Mines are there as well. Dude, Teran's on 4 command centers, 1-1 upgrades. Has 4 barracks, 2 factories, a starport, and armory. If this Teran just holds down their macro keys, they'll be good. They're going to build a 5th command center and go to 7 barracks here. They've got a 4th command center. They're still not building workers. But you know what? There is an argument that command centers are better than workers at low level, because command centers won't die to 3 Banelings rolling into them. Whereas a worker line is very hard to protect. So the more command centers you get, the further ahead you are as a Teran player. This is big brain science right now. I'm actually respecting his opponent, guys. Florencio's here just getting battered in this macro game. He still hasn't saturated his natural, his main, or his third base. Why do I keep bringing this up? I guess for the amateur players, or the people who watch but don't necessarily play StarCraft, they go, I like Florencio, I like silly games, don't really play the game, just like watching the fun strats. As a Zerg player, the first thing you learn is you want to get a base full on workers, 16 workers, and then you rally to the natural. And then once that's full of 16 workers, then you rally to the third. And this is like OCD levels of repetition to doing this, to optimize this. Oh, hold on. Banelings! Oh my God, don't. Oh, Florencio is probably watching, right? Yeah, he's watching. Now, Florencio's going to try and bait him. So these Zerglings, guys, they're putting on lipstick. They're putting on their finest evening gowns, and they're going, oh, hey, sexy Marines. Do you guys want to come and dance with us? It's not really the most attractive, but Marines, remember, they've been out. Oh, it doesn't quite get it. Okay, the Muta's going to try and bait him. He's going to try and bait him to the left. Ling Bane's there. Honestly, I think the Banelings could just A-move this. Remember what I talked about? Big balls of Marines, guys, just kind of stimming around? Oh my god, I can't believe we're keeping it in a ball. Oh, the Baneling's getting decent hits. You know what? It's actually there. Oh! Holy shit. Oh. It was 5 Banelings. I don't think he needed to set off all 5, but it looked way more cinematic that way. Oh my gosh. Damn, nice hits. Unfortunately for Florencio, his opponent's making 2-2 upgrades. In his favor though, a lot of reactors, not that many tech labs. For those who don't know, Marauders are way easier to micro against this. If you go like a 50-50 split of Marine Marauder, or at least 20-30% Marauder, because they'll tank the Banelings and slow down your opponent's charge. Because he's only building Marines and Mines, he's much more vulnerable to losing to Banelings, even if he's got way better upgrades. Infestors are coming out now as well. Florencio's economy is slightly better in that he's at 51 workers now. He's rebuilding his 4th base. Burrowed Banelings are outside. And still trying to take this 5th base out front. Marines are there, coming in with the Zerglings as well. He's trying to bait the rest of the Marines onto this pack. Oh my god, Florencio. Oh, he sets off. Oh my god, 2 sets of Burrowed Banelings. You've got like 6 command centers. You do not need to keep this command center alive. Wait, come on. Are you gonna... Okay, he finally learns his lesson. But he didn't A-move. He only A-moved some of the Marines. The other ones seem to be clicked on a Mutalist or something. The Marines have 2-2, but they're moving out like 3 or 4 at a time. Finally learning their lesson about the Burrowed Banelings at least. The Overseer will go down. Those Mutalisks go too deep, and they do have to get out of there. But look at this, guys. 5th base is up. 4th and 5th base are up. There's extra command center in the natural building. I mean, Oh, he's got 6 command centers. This one never died. It's just burning. If he brings some SCVs, I mean, he's in an amazing position. Florencio is swapping into unupgraded Roaches right now, guys. For those who don't know, 0-0 Roaches against 2-2 Marines. A Marine here could skewer 3 Roaches on a single bayonet and just ruin it. Absolutely ruin it. Now, the real quest for is to just split your army up. Either pre-spread it or just like load up single drops and go out there and drop single things or send a few Marines around. But basically the quest here is to like establish your economy, make planetaries, which is being done, build a few turrets across them. I don't know why we're taking this base, guys. Is this just for the purple gas? I guess this guards the back door. This is actually kind of smart because these minerals open up and this is where a lot of run-bys can kill you. So I'll allow it. I like this. I like this, especially at this level of play. This is kind of amazing. If Teran makes 3-3, he's completely dead. Now, are we going to learn our lesson? No, we're not going to. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are you doing, mate? Now we're going to scan. Oh my gosh. I wish I have a fungal. Oh my god. Now he gets a massive fungal as well. Florencio, the splash damage master right now. Has so much more economy, macro, upgrades, and is in just such a winning position. But we're going to see if cannot keep walking into it. Now, obviously, this is where chat would say, build a Raven. You don't need to. Guys, max energy. He's got 12 scans saved up right now. 12 scans. He can just scan everywhere he moves with his army. He'll be fine. Or make a Raven is fine as well. Either one is good. But you need to do that, and you do need to build more Marauders. Right now, it's just Marines building. It's funny, now he's building SCVs. You've got 7 command centers. You don't need SCVs now. Wait, why are we building it? We sat on 45 to 50 SCVs for the longest time. Oh my god, a massive fungal landing. Oh my gosh. The Roaches don't have Roach speed yet. Roach speed's not quite done. These Marines could still probably win this fight. No, they're so outnumbered, they might not be able to. The Marines need SCVs in front of them, need to pull behind the planetaries and the like as well. As long as he pulls behind the Widow Mines, though, this is a problem for Florencio. He doesn't have any detection. His Roaches are running around. Remember, Florencio does not believe in attack and armor upgrades, guys. He only believes in upgrades that have a specific purpose and give a special ability. In his mind, getting attack and armor upgrades is just a cheap way of trying to get an advantage that's not interesting. Don't ask me to explain it, guys. Cocaine's one hell of a drug is all I can say about that. Marines moving to the right side. Widow Mines are there. Marines still rallying out. Dude, Florencio's actually got position on his production. There's so many Widow Mines on this map. And I mean, Widow Mines are really good against Ling Bane, right? He spread the Widow Mines against the Ling Bane Muta. Oh my god, Florencio! Florencio, he's eating massive Widow Mine shots. Massive Widow Mine shots. He's getting some good damage here. Ahaha, only building 5 Marines at a time. Has 7 barracks. A lot of these buildings are just sitting idle, still not building Marauders. Queues up extra SCVs in the middle of this and still hasn't changed the rally point to over here. So the units are just popping out and dying. Dude, this is a crazy amount of damage. Ahaha is floundering right now. Florencio finds the empty mineral line and starts to slaughter him. Remember, if he even gets like 12 Marines together and just stims and A-moves them, they'll wreck these damaged Roaches so hard, especially the upgrade differential. Florencio dodging Widow Mines with Burrow. He's trying to dodge. Remember, you still take the splash damage, but you don't take the direct damage. He's going to go for the Planetary on the right side. Planetary does not have building armor. There's only a few Marines here as well. Not able to repair in time. Ahaha. Getting overwhelmed. Remember, Ahaha is so far ahead economically and upgrade-wise, but now losing a few command centers, it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, well, you need to actually get your units together. The rally point still has not changed. Oh my gosh. This is like, okay, guys, we're going to do a public service announcement for Teran players out there. If you guys are ever under trouble, the first thing you do is change your rally point. Whenever your base gets in trouble as a Teran. Oh, Florencio trying to do some burrow on burrow kind of tactics there. Marine Marauder there as well. Why change rally point when you can F2? Good argument, Twitch chat. Good argument. Good luck F2ing units that are in production. Because yeah, basically, if they're coming in from the front, you want to rally to the back of your base. And you'd be surprised how quickly you can get a big ball of bio units up. Oh, he's going to catch the Roaches, but the Banelings are still an issue. Honestly, as long as Ahaha holds down the Marine Marauder key, I don't think they can lose. But right now, they're on move command. Okay, they were on move command for a second. Baneling's going to blow up the Planetary. Mass Repair comes in. Oh my god, this Mass Repair is so big. He keeps targeting individual Roaches and moving into the Banelings. Ahaha's micro is something truly special to behold. Despite that, 2-2 Marine Marauder with Madavax is going to slaughter this army. And finally, Ahaha gets control. Florencio going back to unupgraded Mutalisks. Ahaha's going to counterattack. Wait, why are you counterattacking? Fix your macro. You have like 1 billion bases. Just land your command centers and drop mules and build SCVs. You'll be fine. Florencio is building spores and spines. The man, does he not have lava? He's got 6 lava that he's not using his lava, guys. His army sucks. He's got 7 infestors. He's got no army. I mean, he's still not mining this gold. He's trying to mine the gold base, but he's mining it from the back, unfortunately. So these guys are long distance mining. You need to shift click those workers to the other side of the minerals. Look at this. Otherwise, they're just going to be mining long distance. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, okay, here we go. The Marine Marauder counterattack is going to come in. There is an SCV queue up as well as more Marine Marauder behind this as well. Oh, we're going to click the hatchery in range of the spines. Now, that's a decision, that is. That is a decision. And then we're going to change our mind. Oh my gosh. Fungal plus Mute is easily going to take that down. Big shutdown for Florencio. Shuts the army down real hard. Now, Ahaha is trying to rebuild a command center here. If Ahaha can land this one and just resaturate this base, you've got a full mining base there, a few mining base there. Florencio has what? 8 workers here. A natural that's 8 workers. And a few workers long distance mining his gold. He has almost no income right now. This hatchery did survive, but he's not mining the minerals there either. And Florencio has never really had production to be spoken of. He's actually injecting in his main, which I'm shocked at. I didn't know Florencio injects. That's crazy. Ghost Academy's on the way, extra command center as well. So I like that Florencio has been setting up Baneling traps. He's been doing infestors. He's now going mass Baneling Roach, though. I feel like for Florencio, he needs like Ultralisk unburrow ambushes or like swarm host harassment or something like this. Like he needs something like that. Let's go to Florencio's camera here and get inside his mine for a little bit. Okay, he's going to go for a big attack on this base. Should be an easy kill. There are a few Widow Mines scattered around. Luckily for him, that one's not burrowed. Otherwise, it could do a fair bit of damage. Florencio clears up the Widow Mine. He's not using burrow anymore. I'd love to see a few more burrow Banelings. I mean, if you can lure this army in. Or he's just going to look for the fungal, though. Fungal's just as good. Oh, the Teran's so balled up. Oh my god, there's no Medivacs or anything. Nice first fungal. A bunch of Marines do go down. There's plenty of Widow Mines on top of that high ground, but oh my gosh. The micro, pre-spread your units. Oh my god, the fungal, he walks into the fungal. This Teran player's micro. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh, this is so scary. Oh man, fungals to clear up the Widow Mines. The tank on the high ground plus these Widow Mines is actually going to defend. But it's so amazing, guys, because people will say, well, like, look, there's always like the guy after I cast a game like this and like, see? You just A-move Banelings, it's so easy. It's like, number one, he landed fungals, so that already is good. Number two, have you guys ever considered you don't need to have Maru or Clem-like mechanics in order to do well here? You just need to not A-move 60 Marines in a ball. That micro is good when you've got 16 Marines and 2 medevacs. But have you ever thought that when you have 80 Marines, 12 Marauders in a giant clump, maybe not running around in a giant ball against explosive splash damage, maybe a good idea? Have you ever thought maybe you could spread the units out ahead of time and they would actually perform better if you didn't micro them? I know I'm arguing with like an imaginary person right now, but I've heard these people in denial so much, and I truly feel like I'm watching one of them play right now in the Teran shoes. We're like, I got better upgrades. And I took the fights perfectly, but I just can't win because their micro is so much easier than mine. And you're like, well, what are you talking about, dude? You gotta chill, man. Okay, Marines coming forward. We're gonna try and click on the hatchery. Has been looking for this hatchery for a while. It's not gonna die. Oh, that Widowmine does a lot of friendly fire. Oh, Florencio misses his fungal, unfortunately, and the Marines do get the hatchery, but not that it matters. Florencio can just rebuild it and continue. That's been blocked for too long. It's not going to go down. That's a bummer. That last drone coming out of the gas blocked it, so the drone gave up. More Marines are going down here. You know, it's funny, because he's rallying to the front, he's being more efficient against the fungal than he was before. But getting absolutely ravaged by Zerg splash damage this game, guys. The funny thing is, it's 2-2 versus 0-0. Like, if at any point you get 10 Marauders, 30 Marines fighting against the Roaches without your army getting wrecked by fungal, the Teran army is going to ravage so incredibly hard. And Florencio's economy is still garbage. He's still long-distance mining! Okay, guys, is there a new Florencio rule? Okay, now he's going to build the hatchery. Rather than moving the drones by just shift-clicking here and then on the minerals, he's going to build a hatchery on here, even though he already has the better side of the base taken. I can hear, what's the famous death sound effect called, guys? The something scream. They had it on the Academy in StarCraft 1. That I can hear that in my ears right now. I can hear the Wilhelm scream. It's yeah, it's I'm just like, please stop. All right, Planetary's gonna go down. It's actually pretty nice, man. I'm surprised 0-0 Roaches is still doing so well. The Roach Infester coming forward. I love that they screwed around and the guy chucked that in the Star Wars films as well, the Wilhelm scream. The audio guy was having fun making the original Star Wars movies. Nice fungals on those SCVs. Planetary. Oh, the mass repair plus the siege tank is killing a lot. Oh my god, 0-0 Roaches are not good units, but they finally get through it. They do take out the tank as well. Massive counterattack for is going to be going in and trying to find some counter damage. The fact that the gold base is mining from both sides is hilarious. No, guys, you cannot mine a mineral patch with 2 workers at once just because they're mining it from different directions. That's not how the game works. The rally is still going to the units. You're kidding. No, his rally point. Okay, some of his units are rallied into the Zerg army and some of them aren't. Okay, is this a Teran who just rallies to wherever the fighting is? I think it is. Marines coming in forwards. Ooh, gonna get a hatchery. Watch out for the fungalus. Fungaloo. Oh, electric fungaloo. Oh my god, he's gonna go forward. He's trying to split Marines to focus infestors, which is kind of hilarious. Not gonna be able to get that. Dude, this is mass unupgraded Roach. Florencio's answer to TVZ is literally just make 1 billion unupgraded Roaches, but also have fungal behind it. And to be fair, you guys know I love Roach Infest. I use it all the time against Teran. It's not meant to last when you're down, 4 upgrades, but impressive nonetheless. This is not good for him though. Oh, these Widowmines are going to slaughter. Big Widowmine splashies. The 2 tanks and the Planetary. This is not what you want to fight as Florencio. Florencio wisely backs away. He's got a hatchery there right now. Remember, guys, he's only got a gold-based mining, nothing else. He needs that purple gas mining as well, just to prepare for the future. He's just got no more minerals. Meanwhile, Teran player, also no more minerals. He's just got this base here. So both sides are kind of out of money, and I actually think Florencio could lose this game. He's had many opportunities to secure an advantage, macro up, take the entire map. Interestingly, he has actually spread a few creep tumors a little bit, but he really hasn't macroed at all, right? These queens haven't really been keeping the injects up. They're both maxed on energy. Wait, the fact that these 2 queens are maxed on energy, they're the only 2 queens in the game, and this hatchery is still injecting. You know what that means, right, guys? It means he queued up so many injects on this hatchery like 8 minutes ago that it's never going to stop injecting. This thing has 26 injects stacked on it, whilst he never injected his natural or his third. Florencio science. Oh, the queens are going to go down. The Marines are going to get on top of it. Oh, me, oh, my. Oh, me, oh, my. I can't believe this is 3,500 MMR. It has to be on NA. This is the classic comment we get every time. You guys, I know you guys, you think I'm 3,500 MMR. I'm not this bad. You're much worse. You're much worse. This is the same thing where, like, I was like, you know, you guys know I've been big into AoE 2, getting back into it lately. And a lot of people were saying to me, they're like, oh, but, like, you keep saying you're so bad and you don't know what to do. But, like, you know, at your ELO, like, yo, you should be playing proper build orders. And I'm like, I know a proper opening for the first few minutes. But the moment something happens that I haven't seen before, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm like, we're terrible players. Like, people at my ELO and Age of Empires 2, we have no idea what we're doing in most scenarios because we just don't have the game knowledge, right? And we get confused, we get excited, and we panic. And it's the same thing for many parts of StarCraft 2 as well. Even in Masters, you see players see something they haven't dealt with before, and they do the opposite of what you should do in that scenario, and they keep running into a brick wall and throwing their army away. So I always see these comments when I'm casting these games, like, there's no way this is 3,500. I'm like, you guys don't understand. You're comparing a game that is totally standard. There's like, oh, a single Reaper pressured me and then nothing until 6 Hellions poked and then ran away. You're like, you're thinking of a game where everything's on. This is a game that started with the Teran trying to block his hatchery. He cancelled his third and then built his natural. In comes the big biostim. Dude, these units are going to win if the fungal doesn't land. He's out of fungal energy. But actually, wait. The Terran's going to snipe the hatchery pickup. He could beat the mutas, maybe. Oh, there's a lot of mutas, 13 of them. The Marines have 2-2, remember? Oh, but it's mostly Marauders, though. The Marines with 2-2 and Medivacs, they can still win this fight. The Teran should actually stay on the high ground, in my opinion. Oh, he's going to get the Spire. Dude, Ahaha's actually doing okay. Problem is, Ahaha only has a few mineral patches left, so he's kind of out of money. And he's also got his armies F2ing. Oh my god, he doesn't use control groups, does he? He's F2 stimming his army across the map, which is turning this into like an all-in move. The mutas get the full medevac, they get both full medevacs. And the rest of the units are just stimming into the base. Oh, Ahaha's unit control. He's just clicking hatcheries right now. He's like, this is the win condition, right? If you kill all the hatcheries. No. What are we doing? What are we doing? For me, it's just amazing when... Because for me, it's like, there's two things. It's either, like, surely you would develop a better system that doesn't just involve spamming F2 if you want to micro your units. Because every fight, the Teran has done more harm than good to his own army, right? It would have been better if he just attack moved the units and then left them in a lot of these situations. So it's like either you'd learn better systems or you'd play more macro focus, but this is still a player who's like tunnel visioning a lot and staring at their army, but I guess the system just never improves. I guess that's the joy of playing in a community. A lot of people play StarCraft on their own and they don't really get any feedback on their games. They're just having fun, which is fair enough. But for me, I guess I know so much more about the game, so it's easy for me to go, oh, if you just fix this little thing, you'd be so much better. I love that Florencio still hasn't used an Overseer, guys. He's like, no, I can use fungal for detection. Why would I make an Overseer? If this base gets up, maybe Ahaha can get back in it, but I don't think so. I think it's game-winning time now for Florencio. This command center on the bottom is just so few SCVs, only 29. I mean, to be fair, Florencio's income is still pretty bad, but one hatchery at a time is all Florencio needs, especially with these 2-1s up top coming in. Florencio didn't know about that command center. If he jumped on that, that would have been big, but because he saw this one is why he's decided to go down south. Pig laughed when I said, why rally when you can F2? That actually is the thought process of this player, isn't it? It actually is. You managed to channel this player exactly. Are we going to fungal this Widowmine? Does he remember where it is? I don't think he remembers where it is. It's hard to see on creeping when it's right next to your army as well. Command center will be falling to the Mutt-Mutts. And there's still 2 tanks over here. Up on the top side, hatchery not going to... Oh, he cancels it at the last second and hides the drone away? Wow. Oh my god. Guys, Ahaha just remembered that mules exist and has mined this base out in like 3 seconds. Wow. That's a lot of units, dude. There's still a few orbitals on the map. 3 orbitals. Oh, the Widowmine's clearing some Zerglings. The mutas doing okay, but 2-2. Oh my gosh, 2-2 Marines are pretty good. Unfortunately, there's like 46 Roaches. So as good as your upgrade advantage is, as much as those missile turrets are tearing those Mutalisks a new one, at the end of the day, Florencio with 3 red hit point mutas as well is going to deny that base, and that should be a GG. Beautiful Burrowed Banelings. I love to see Florencio having fun with fungal. It's kind of funny to see him keep the army very simple and really just focus on landing the fungals, which That's it. I always say once you get really good splash damage, you don't really focus on micro that much. You just A-move and you let your spells do the magic, do the work, get it done. He's going to go for it. There's no reason to attack this base. There is no reason to attack in there because it doesn't defend anything, right? There's no economy. All you need to do is keep an army alive so you deny him taking this base, and he's out of money. As long as he can't take these front 2 bases, you've got this. We've got, of course, a Dropper Lord and 2 Vipers on the way right now. Florencio is the guy who looks at this and he's like, a Blinding Cloud would solve this dilemma. Let's go. Oh my lord, so many mules. Oh my lordy lord, dude. All right, guys, we got 5 more drones building at this point. Florencio has opened up a hole here, which means he can actually freely move around. He's also got a new hatchery on the bottom. Still building random spine crawlers. It's like the last thing I would think of in this scenario is building spines at my bases, but I'm like, yeah, I guess. And this guy's being like running in and trying to snipe your hatcheries, so why not? You should be able to neuroparasite a planetary, says Paramount. I would agree, but only if you build an Infestor King. Kind of like, you know, a Rat King where all the rats get their tails entangled. So if you get like 7 infestors and you tangle their neuroparasites together, like you can activate a Rat King and it's like they all tangle their neural tentacles and like put them into the planetary at the same time. So it's like, it's a little bit of a Zerg bang sort of situation, I guess. Infestor bang, they all have a good time. We probably don't want these turrets on this base. I like this, builds 2 turrets, then realizes, oh, it's empty, and then moves immediately to the next base. Unfortunately, we still haven't found a solution to infestors. If the thing is, you know, the answer, guys, is having a few siege tanks and just clicking on the infestors when the army comes, like scanning and focusing them down because they have such long range. But unfortunately, is going to stim in a ball. We still have not learnt our lesson. Oh my god, why are we still stimming in a ball? This dude watched Clem and said, that's actually the micro technique that average players on the ladder should be doing. Just run at your opponent and then start a step back and try to like dodge fungals. Every time I watch Clem do that, I have a heart attack. I'm like, guys, don't do this at home. It's the worst, dumbest thing you could ever do. You can only pull this off if you're a 600 APM Lisan Al-Gaib. If your name's Clementhy Chalamet, if you're a handsome young French gentleman who happens to be the world champion, go for it. If you're any other Teran, stop trying to friggin' dodge fungal storms and disruptors with your army in a ball. Spread it out and then stim it and just let the units do their own thing. They will do better. Teran players and negative micro has to be one of the foulest combinations out there because every Teran wants to click their units like Beyond or Clem to win games, and we almost always hurt ourselves more than we help ourselves. 12 kills on this tank, 4 kills on that one. 4 in the planetary. is still in this game. Let's fast forward a little bit, guys, because I mean, Florencio right now is, he's trying to play safe because he doesn't have much economy. I actually think Florencio is seriously trying to win this game, but his opponent's definitely dragging it out a little bit. No hydras, no hydra upgrades, guys. These are unupgraded hydras. Remember the classic flow files, guys? How many games did he beat Zergs because they'd make hydras without the upgrades for them? No group spines, no muscular augments. The old days, right? He'd always get a Zerg to be on like 1 base. They'd build like 13 unupgraded Hydras and his 10 Oracles would fly in and just eviscerate them. I love that Florencio is like, yeah, I learned from those guys. I want to be a Zerg player too. This is how you do it. Mixing in those unupgraded Hydras. Unupgraded Hydras are lethargic, man. It feels like they're wading through hummus. Their range just isn't quite what you'd want it to be. Their movement speed sucks. And they just kind of get stuck on all of your units. Are we still running around? Are we not gonna win this game? Okay, the Teran, I mean, to be fair, Terrans are allergic to leaving games that are lost. We talked about this the other day on my stream, and how like Teran players, we all do it when we play Teran. I do it as well. We're all just like, but you know, Teran has a good defender's advantage, and we're like, but maybe the other guy will screw up. And it's always like after the game, you look at the replay, the other guy's like up 100 supply, thousands of resources in the bank, and you're like, but I can drop mules, right? It's like there's this thing that happens, this cope where you hear your opponents complaining about something like mules so much and saying it's so overpowered and they can't beat it, that you start to believe it, right? This is the danger of reading Reddit, guys. If you start reading too much StarCraft Reddit, you can actually start to believe. Does Blinding Cloud it. Almost loses a Viper there. Gets some more damage. Doesn't quite lose any though. And now the production's open, so we can go in here and take this out as well. There is, oh my god, this Teran's still trying to hold on, dude. He's like, quick, borrow the mines. Rally, there's still no changing rally point as a habit. That's crazy to me. This tank did massive damage though, and that tank on the low ground up top is actually doing even more, man. Whoo! Oh, tanky, widow mine shots. Oh! Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself, little brother? Why are you hitting yourself, Florencio? And you're parasiting the tank, and Absolute savagery. That tank, I mean, the neural will break and it'll start shooting these guys again. Oh, he does it again! Puts the tentacle right inside it. Damn, Florencio, that's savage, dude. Never give up, never surrender. I think never give up, never surrender is actually like a really good kind of motto to like keep you fighting in games, not giving up, and just, you know, trying to figure out how you can find your way back into a game rather than giving up too early. He just fungled there, and now there. He can't find the Widow Mine, guys. He doesn't know where the Widow Mine is. He's just spraying them in. He did one there, one there. He doesn't know it's on the map. Glorious. I don't know why I've stopped fast forwarding this game at this point, guys. I guess I'm just curious if there's any more fun plays. I want to see this Widow Mine fire again and Florencio miss another fungal trying to get it. That's all I'm waiting for right now, guys. That's all I am waiting for. Let's go. Let's go. Click kill. Kill on the base. Kill on the base. Command center did escape. He's going to drop mules there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to fire. It's going to damage a Roach. Does he know where it is? He still doesn't know where it is. He was looking elsewhere. Ah, sneaky Widow Mine. 7 kills, man. Not bad. He's going to find this base now. That one's going to go down. The cope is real with his Teran, guys. He's on 30 out of 15 supply. He's like, but I've got 3 factories. Time to build tanks. And he's like, oh, crap. I'm supply blocked. I mean, it's the right idea. Getting tanks behind a planetary spread out. We've got a Roach Hydra Baneling, guys. 36 minutes in. No Hydra upgrades. No Evo Chamber upgrades this entire game. And Florencio is about to do the roly-poly of doom. Not only useful for dodging Dark Souls bosses' damage-dealing attacks, but also for finishing off Terrans that refuse to leave the game. The Vipers do fly to their death. The Hydras are kind of derping through the choke point. The Baneling's struggling to get on top. I'd love to see some fungals on those SCVs. And there we go. Does start to throw those fungals. QP, well played. And well played easy. At the end of that game, the Terran's like, you know what? Well played. And Florencio drops the easy. What a douchebag. It clearly wasn't. It clearly wasn't easy. It took you 37 minutes, and the guy took more Infestor hits to the face and Burrowed Banelings than anyone ever has in the history of man. It clearly wasn't easy. But you know what? That's Florencio in action, isn't it? GG, well played to Florencio. And big thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode. Special thanks to Snowboarder Geek up there on our D-Town Express tier, as well as everyone else here on our Patreon. Big thanks to all of you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to support the Patreon, go above and beyond, please check out the Patreon in the link below in the description. If not, no worries. I hope you all have a lovely day, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye, and good night.